And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker!
Celebrate, put a glass up. A night that I can never pass up. All my niggas and homies getting the cash up. Straight to the bank, I'm about to wrap up. Call some hoes to twerk and throw that ass up. And get one that I can smash up. Try to vision of one that I can mac up. Keep the jimmies in case I gotta strap up. I gotta wrap up, no bad luck. I'm just here to turn up, not looking for the bad luck. I'm celebrating it all cause of my backup. Proving it all will work, I never had luck. From Incan Pack up to now, up and down. That's how it's been since the beginning, again. So I intend to win with every second and minute. I never pretend, I look what my pen did. Check this shit cause we nice. With it, made for this shit, we right. With it, pray for this shit for the light. In it, with no if, fans, or might. Get it, stay tight with it, keep the mic with it, giving everybody a
Hey, what up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Pdxdope Live podcast. And yes, I'm your host, Ray Nelson, aka Double R, aka Ray Ageism. And today is November 11th, 2022, and we finna get it going. It's been an interesting week. We had our midterm elections out here, so we're gonna talk about a couple of the measures that were pretty hot measures or hot topics around the state of Oregon. And we got some other stories we will talk about as well. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to introduce my guest, Mr. Ivory May. Building, what's up with you, brother?
Hey, what's going down?
Man, just chilling, just a little bit disappointed with how things went on Tuesday's midterms. But, you know, it is what it is. It's politics.
Oh, yeah, who you telling, bro?
You know, we're going to definitely talk about it. Next up, I got on the scene, I got my man Elijah Jackson in the building. What's up with you, brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, shit, chilling. You know, it's Friday once again, and my boss sent me home, so that was awesome. You know, she's like, you know what? You need to take the rest of the day off. You know, and I was like, oh shit, I'm cool. As soon as I just put my computer, plugged it in, looked at my email. She hit me up. I dipped right out. I wasn't there but about 25 minutes before I was back in my car on my way back to Portland.
That's why shit.
For sure. Last but not least, we got my man, Mr. Renald Tage, in the building.
Hello, everyone. Hey.
There you go. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm all right. I'm just up in the hospital, and I got to wear the mask while you're in here. But other than that, everything is just copacetic.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, man, we finna get started with this show, man. I'm gonna just throw something up here, man, and we're gonna just get it started. So let me see what we got. Oh, first up, let me see what we got in the building. We got we getting up there. So we got Claire in the building. What's up, Claire? Hello, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Geneva. What's happening? What's happening? Ebony in the building. All right, so we can go and just let me see what I got here first. What we have. All right, so let's talk politics.
Oregon voters tonight deciding on 4 different statewide ballot measures. Here's Dan with the latest and one that's drawing national attention.
This is about gun regulations and passing the strictest, or at least one of the most strict gun laws in the country. We're talking about Measure 114. Oregon voters are saying, yes, we want more gun laws, but it is very, very close here. And we can pretty much guarantee this is going to end up in the courts, people arguing this is unconstitutional. Let's go to Measure 111, I should say. This is putting health care in the Constitution as a fundamental right. This one, very, very close, but most people by 10,000 saying no. Maybe wondering where would the money come from to pay for all this health care. We'll keep an eye on Measure 111. Let's go to Measure 112. This is removing the word slavery from the Oregon Constitution as it pertains to inmates doing work with inside prisons. People are saying, yes, let's do away with that word slavery. But there's a question, does this affect the ability for prisons to force inmates to do labor? All right, Measure 113, the last one. This is passing by an overwhelming majority. This is to penalize any lawmaker who misses more than 10 days on the Oregon legislature. This came out of Oregon Republicans walking out of the legislature recently, but do keep in mind, Democrats have also used that tactic through the years.
Yeah, and definitely that passing overwhelmingly tonight. One of the few things we can say pass tonight. Yep. All right, thanks, Dan.
All right, there we have it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and talk about the election. Well, the gubernatorial election happened as well, and I guess we say congratulations to Kotex. I think her name is. I forget. I call her Ellen DeGeneres, but I was definitely disappointed in that motherfucker. But that's just me. Anyway, Mr. Ivory Mays, what are your thoughts about Measure 111? I think that's the gun one, and it's looking like it's passed.
I think that was 114.
Oh, 114. Was it 114? One of them.
Yeah, I think what they did was I'm not okay with it, but I think they were real slick with how they put it in the paper for the people. Because like you say, for motherfuckers that don't read, they only read the first two sentences that said, hey, there has to be another step with like fingerprinting and all that shit and another background. But on the last paragraph, okay, that's when they talked about anything, you're prohibited to have anything over 10 rounds. I like how they snuck that shit in there for motherfuckers that don't read like you before.
We say, yeah, and they have the 5-year permitting. You have to get a permit through the Portland police, or the police of whatever county you live in or whatever. Renaud, what do you think?
I think it like Ivory said, it's pretty slick, as far as putting only 10, only a limit of 10 rounds. But I mean, what about for those who already have those extendo clips or 17 or more,
So with that would be you would be grandfathered in. But see, here's the problem. I mean, that's theoretically, because then you'd have to prove it. Who keeps receipts forever? You know what I'm saying? And so that would be one of the things that I would would be
they can go back to the place where you purchased it. They're gonna have a registry of it.
Yeah, it's not that easy with firearms, bro.
That's probably true.
Yeah, it's clips, you can buy them anywhere. If you got gunsmith, somebody on the low can make one for you. Yeah, there's the gun show. They what they call is the gun show loophole or whatever. Jax, what about you?
Man, I think they're trying to control some shit that they can't control. Period. At the end of the day, and it ain't gonna stop shit. I mean, especially the living in the rounds. Like, I mean, they ain't stop making clips. They ain't stop niggas from reloading. So
it's so short-sighted, right? It's such a short-sighted. It's like, okay, so we're gonna put these laws in place, and I understand what they're trying to do, but it still doesn't take. I mean, you still have the criminal or the motherfucker. Is if a person wants to do something to you and use a gun to do it, they're gonna do it. It's not gonna be no problem. They're gonna get a gun however they need to get it, whether it be borrow, steal it. They're gonna get it and they're gonna use it. You know what I mean?
It don't take more than 10 rounds either.
No, and it don't. It take one shot and it kills you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but to their argument, they'll say, well, why do you even need 10 shots? But for anybody who's ever been in a real firefight, and that means back and forth shooting with somebody, you know, they don't really know how that shit goes unless they've been in a situation like that. Me, on one hand, I've been through the situation before and had a goddamn a 380 with 6 or 7 fucking shots, and trust me, that shit is gone in 2.3 seconds. Dump, 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 and you still clicking and shit. And the other motherfucker got 15 rounds, 17 rounds, and they knocking you down. And nowadays they got the kids what they call a ladder. You know, that extra long thing coming out of a pistol. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's really, you know, I understand what they want to do. We want to try to curb the violence, especially with shooting deaths, because with that girl who died today, I forget her name, that was our 80th homicide or 80th or something like that, and the 68th shooting homicide, you know, in the state.
Well, I feel, and you can go. I think why it passed because of all the mass shootings. You know, they'll come and if you only had 10, then you can, possibly can't tell people. But if you have extended, you're spraying everybody. So I can kind of see both sides of it.
Well, I do to a certain, I mean, just this much. You know what I'm saying? Because I get the intent. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's flawed and it's not pointed in the right direction. You know, I think that if they want to curb the enthusiasm, then you have to really have even stiffer stiffer penalty on people who are criminals that get their hands on guns and commit more crime. I think that's the answer, and I think that should have been the you know, I think people get behind that. You get more people behind that because you're not penalizing people who you think, well, we're going to do this mental health thing because today you might be feeling good, tomorrow you might be ready to blow up the world. You see what I'm saying? And so that kind of kills that idea that, oh, you know, we're going to check these people out. And I'm not saying you don't need to do that, but you know, you look at that, you know, like we don't know what's going to happen with somebody after they purchase that weapon. You know, the next 5 years, it might not happen the same day. It might happen 10 years down the road, you know, then he goes and gets the gun. So how did that even help that situation or help monitor, you know, or keep people safe? You know, so that's my thoughts on the situation. I don't necessarily like it, but like Clara was saying, she said is a Lynn County sheriff said they aren't going to enforce Measure 114, and we were talking about that backstage, and I read that, and she also says that part of the capital city of Salem is in Lynn County, so that's going to be interesting how that works out. But I feel like it's going to be a bigger problem than just you know, the lawsuits that's going to come. It's managing this law, and how is that going to work? Do you got any ideas on that, Ivory?
I don't. I mean, because like you say, a lot of people don't, like, I don't have the receipt for the 12 over 30 round clips that I got. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I mean, before you know it, we're going to need a damn file full of receipts and shit to carry with us when we got our guns and shit.
Right,
you know,
right.
It's getting ridiculous.
And that's the scary thing because it's going to be people like us that's going to get fucked with the most about having legal guns. At least that's my biggest fear.
They're going to turn the honest person like us into criminals.
And
I mean, shit, 10 rounds in an AR, that's one squeeze.
I mean, hey. And then you're going to clip. The idea behind that is that you have to reload. And like these motherfuckers be doing shooting competitions, and their whole idea is to shoot targets and see how fast they can fucking reload the gun. But we're going to use 10, you got to get the other one, and that's going to save lives. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. But Clara says mental health can be subjective and isn't always tied to a diagnosis such as schizophrenia, bipolarism, etc. Yeah, you know, because I can be looking at you and be like, nigga, you crazy and you don't need no guns.
and my thing is, who's psychoanalyzing the motherfucker that's psychoanalyzing me?
Exactly, because that motherfucker be like, I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna slide in and throw. He crazy as a motherfucker, but we're gonna let
some of them be sold off.
You know.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Scan your receipts into your phones. Sure. Clara's always got the answer. That's a good idea. Keep a file of that shit. But I mean, I just feel like, but why do I have to do that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And what about the ones you already got?
Law should be about the ones who are on the fucking streets with the guns that are already got felonies. Why y'all fucking with me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got your papers? Like, motherfucker, these motherfuckers are still rocking out. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go back to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta get hassled when I ain't even out here causing no motherfucking problems. All I'm doing is living my life.
Exactly.
You know, and that's like I said, that's my biggest fear when it comes to that shit. You know,
you know it's coming.
Yeah, you know it's coming. It's but like I said before, it's gonna be very difficult for them to manage that, and that's why the sheriff is like, "Fuck that, we ain't enforcing that." Fuck you, mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what we supposed to create a task force and go look up every motherfucking person that has bought a gun? Because not everybody has registered firearms. You could legally buy a gun and have it without registering the motherfucker. So I mean, you know, this is what we finna start doing now.
I plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. It ain't. I mean, man. Listen, it's gonna be. I'm with them out soon. I hope they go to court ASAP when this bitch ass shit, man. I'm like, it's saving lives. I mean, show me how that works. How does that law save lives? Saving life is getting the motherfuckers who's committing those type of crimes off the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or putting resources into parenting classes for some of these motherfuckers that's got these goddamn awful children out here. You know who you are, and take it personal, motherfucker, because I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, man. So what was it? 111, and we were talking about healthcare.
111 is the healthcare. Yeah.
Yeah, healthcare. So, what are your thoughts about the healthcare? Being, restructuring the Constitution, and making it to where it's a constitutional right in Oregon for people to have healthcare.
I voted yes on that. I think that everybody should have healthcare. That's one thing I could say. I don't mind my tax dollars going to.
Mm-hmm.
Is the healthcare.
Yeah, I voted no on that, but my reason it was more so is that the state is our. I mean, we have a pretty, we have a program in place to Oregon the healthcare situation. We've had that before Obamacare, and we pay for that. But what does that mean? You have access to care. They keep saying that, but what does that exactly mean? Do you get the best doctors by how much money you got, right?
That's pretty much.
So it's going to be a basic fucking service. It's not going to be all access to healthcare. I mean, anybody can still go to a fucking doctor. You're just going to get a bill. But the thing is we got to pay for it that way. So you're going to pay for it either way it goes. But to have the government, be responsible for that, in my mind, they don't know how to handle that type of shit, bro. And it's going to be mismanagement of funds, and they're still going to be short cut on the services. That's just one thought, or one thing how I thought about it. Claire says saving lives starts with looking at the structure of the community, and if what you have isn't working, then doing what needs to be done to restructure it. But I think that healthcare, it should be preventative. I've always thought this, even during when Obama was doing his thing. It should be focused on health and how we eat, or how we work out and that kind of thing, and teaching to our kids. But now we're talking about pronouns and gender assignments and all these other things. When we came up, it was getting the presidential award for how many push-ups or pull-ups you could do, or or run. How can you run a 3-minute mile?
But the food we eat got a lot to do with what's made readily available to us. Like in other countries, a lot of the shit that we eat here,
it's not even legal there.
Ain't even fucking legal for them to fucking serve there. So
right.
You got to look at that aspect of it as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that adults have to take responsibility, but at the same time, when you got to factor in everyday life, you got to factor in fucking prices skyrocketing. You got to factor in all these different things.
right,
time, all these different, you know what I'm saying? So of course, if there's a fucking dollar burger over here and my kids are hungry, they're gonna get a fucking dollar burger. You see what I'm
right.
saying?
But no, but what I'm saying, like, okay, so to what Claire is talking about, restructure. You're gonna have to change that, and the restructure is just like when you think about 4-H, or when we was learning how to fucking plant seeds and germinate seeds and grow shit. We was taught that shit when we was kids, or do you remember your grandma, your great grandma in her basement when she had all that canned food and she, all this extra stuff saved down there? You like, what the fuck is this shit that's on her? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You looking at that shit. But then, like, as I got older and I started to understand, I mean, like, I remember my great grandmother, she had fucking droves of fruit trees and all types of shit, and she used all of that shit. We kind of got and so I think that it starts by education and restructure in terms of how we eat, and so that would be part of it. Learning how to reintroducing ourselves to those type of things. I mean, it ain't no one thing to it, but I think that the more people are educated about that, then they can make better choices. I mean,
but you also got to give it shit that has nutritional value. You know what I'm saying? If everything got fucking GMOs and it's got high fructose corn syrup and it's canned and it lost all the fucking nutrients, I mean, I'm gonna be able to eat, but I'm not eating anything that's good for my body.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, but like I said about the growing stuff, it gave us those little gems, right? Like those, like, think about it. If you grew most of your your produce and you wasn't spending money on that.
But now in Northeast Portland, you lucky to get a fucking parking space. Where the fuck you gonna grow some fruit at?
Oh,
no. Stacked on top of each other.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which,
you can grow them on your ledge in little planters. I grew tomatoes outside my little rinky dink.
You have space. No, we talking about in apartment complexes that have 200, 300 fucking units.
That's true. That's true.
Certain areas, man, but there's plenty of land out here. You know what I mean? So people gonna have to make a choice. And like I said, restructure is going to be key. Clara said healthcare should absolutely be preventative food, being active, connecting with the earth in whatever way works for you. Example, Scooty Fishes. Health is multifaceted. And so that when me and Scooty went fishing, and I got that fish and brought it back, and I cooked that shit and made fish tacos with it. One of my best meals, you know what I mean? Like, and I fried that shit up. Like, but that was off the earth. I mean, I felt different eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, I caught this shit. You know what I mean? It was a different, and that kind of speaks to how we actually really design naturally. But yeah, I hear what you're saying though. I mean, nigga, I'm still stuck on the GMOs and the fructose, nigga.
How much time do you have to go fishing? How often can you go fishing? Realistically,
Ivory.
I mean, you can go fishing. I mean, you got to admit,
you rich, Ivory. You don't count. You rich. You don't count. We talking about the normal 9 to 5 nigga.
Hey, you can go on the weekends, though, bro.
At best, it would be the weekends. Or after work, depending on, or something like that or whatever. But you're right. You ain't. I mean, but there's people that work 9 to 5, man, and get out there and get it, man.
I mean, but you got a lot of people that got children, they got homework, they got extracurricular activities that I mean, even though fishing, taking them is something for them to do, but you know what I'm saying? It's doable, but it's not doable on a substantial regular basis is what I'm saying.
I don't agree. The only reason why I don't agree with that, I mean, I agree, but I don't agree in terms of it being limited. Like I said before, it's gonna always go back to structure. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, I mean, you ain't wrong. I'm just saying that motherfuckers got to make different choices and look at different options, because they'll sit here and tell us that it's overpopulated. It's overpopulated in certain areas. There's plenty of land and shit like that, but how do you want to live? And so that's going to be the hardest
part. Show me where every time I look for a motherfucking place in Northeast Portland, they want 500 square feet for $2,000, and it's raggedy the motherfucker. You got 500 motherfuckers around you.
Yeah. Well, you got to hit out there. That's why the motherfuckers be living in Sandy and the Dalles and shit like that.
You gotta live somewhere hella undesirable.
Well, I mean, well, that just all the undesirable means you just can't get to one of them spots. Though you a city boy, so you ain't used to that.
So if Ray works in Vancouver and him living in Sandy, that shit ain't feasible like that. I mean, it's doable, but that ain't the most efficient.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We talk about that time thing again. So if you spending 2 hours going to work and 2 hours coming back, That fishing shit, that shit dead.
Nah, but on Saturday when I go right on my Saturday, right?
Yeah, as long as you ain't got a child.
Right, well, okay. So situation definitely is going to be a factor in that. So you're right. But say for a guy like myself, I can go on the weekend, I catch a whole bunch of fish. I can pack that shit up, freeze it up, prep, have meals. You know what I'm saying? If I got stuff growing in the garden, I got some fresh tomatoes, some green onions, some bell peppers, all shit which you can grow. That's going, some spinach. You can have a nice little salad on the side, right? All natural, your shit with that fish. If you go, you can go find some rice. Fuck it, what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I mean, now if you trying to this elaborate world that we live in right now, we can go get steak, we can go to shrimps when we want to, we can go get whatever we fucking want to. It's just gonna be. I hear what you're saying, and that's why I say you're right. It's an adjustment. It ain't gonna just be, nigga, where we just do what I'm talking about and then we just gonna be all good, bro. It's gonna be that what I'm talking about. It's gonna take a whole mind shift.
A complete societal adjustment.
Absolutely, yeah. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not saying that tomorrow you do it. What I'm telling you to do, go fishing on the weekends. They could grow some fucking shit, and then you automatically. But if you do that, you start there, man. That should take you to a whole nother level, man. And next thing you know, man, you like, oh man, I'm saving all kinds of motherfucking money.
Ideally, that you absolutely correct.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Especially
man.
growing your own tomatoes, peppers, and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my? Let me go get my thing. Oh, excuse me, fellas. I'll be right back. Gotta grab my shit.
Yeah, clear. She said the same thing, pretty much what I was just saying. Like living in a city, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot different than living somewhere rural and being able to do those things. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, shit, over there, you lucky if you could, you know what I'm saying? I know motherfuckers that got places and they got to park 3 blocks away from their house. They can't even go grocery shopping without putting their hazard lights on just to take the shit upstairs or wherever.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
rurally, that's definitely the move. But you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna live somewhere rural, you better make sure you're able to sustain financially.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Check out these comments.
All right, I'm back. Shit. Just sitting downstairs, man. I was sitting there looking at all these YouTube videos and shit. Nigga, I was falling asleep on the couch. I took me a shower and shit. I was like, man, am I gonna call it? I was like, oh,
yeah, you've been calling it lately too.
Nah, I mean, no, I only did it one time or twice maybe, but not like we're back to backs or nothing. Niggas didn't hit me with the back to backs on a couple of them. Shit. Nigga missed 2 shows and they show up. Niggas is pumping their chest out, talking shit. They're dominating the conversation, man. I'll be like, all right, go ahead, nigga. Nigga in the building, nigga. Recognize I'm a part of this, nigga. What the fuck you mean? Pdxdope Live, we in the building.
Yeah.
All right, so, but ultimately, but I agree with you, Ivory, though. I just, everybody, it's probably cheaper, to try to, so people can have access to healthcare, but I feel like we already have it with the Oregon healthcare plan. And I just think that's just one more way of moving towards socialism. But that's a whole different conversation, man. I don't want to get into that. Let's see. So in the last one, it was the slavery out of the language. For that was kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer.
I mean, where people get triggered by words, just like nigga, when you get locked up, they making you do something. So isn't that slavery though?
I don't think I voted to change it.
You didn't? No, that nigga said that nigga voted no, nigga. You niggas finna go to jail, nigga. You finna be a slave.
Man, here's my thing, bro. Here's the reason I voted the way that I voted on that. Okay. The problem is that they keep trying to change shit, bro. Keep that shit like it was. You wanted slavery. That's why it was in there. Don't try to be like, nah, we're gonna it's too sensitive of a word. We're gonna call it something else. Nah, keep that shit just like it is. So everybody can see, you know what I mean? Just like Man, don't sugarcoat that shit. They don't ask you, Ray, come out of your cell when you want to. Sell in, sell out, bitch. Get out here, go report to work. Hammer them nails and shit. Call it what it is.
Oh shit, he said sell in, sell out. But yeah, so Clara said she said that vote ended up being hella close though. It was 10 points or so. Oh, 55, 10 points. Isn't that worth a conversation? 55. I think that a lot of the people, and what I was looking at is people was like, well, motherfucker, you in jail. It's like, but I get it. It's the language. But it isn't going to affect them having to do jobs when they're locked up, though, is what they said. So it's just really a thing that you said slavery, and everybody, is woke, and you can't say that because people will be offended and triggered.
I think it's just so they can feel better about.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's exactly what that was. And so there you have it. Like I said, I voted yes to change it. And my aunt Rose had called me and everything about that shit. And I was like, I mean, we could, take it out. It do sound kind of archaic, but you know what I'm saying? Like, slaving or servitude. Clara says, but what about Alabama and Tennessee's numbers? Did they have this? They had this same situation? Because I didn't read up on that, so you might have to explain some more on that one, Claire. I would be interested to hear that, because it sounds like where you're alluding to is that it was the opposite, meaning they wanted to keep these niggas slaves. So yeah, hang me up on that. You know what I'm saying? It's still a slave ass.
In Louisiana.
Yeah, well, be progressive and leave. Fuck away from them motherfuckers. You like it, I love it. Yeah, to me, it was just straightforward, man. I was just like, okay, take the language out. That ain't. But
the language doesn't make a fucking difference. You're still a slave no matter what. That's like me saying I'm a garbage man or a sanitation technician. I still take out fucking trash.
Right.
He said a garbage man or a sanitation technician.
What are we talking about? Like,
love that. Okay, so Claire says Tennessee voted it out by 79%, and Alabama was at something like 76. So it says a lot about Oregon. Okay. Oh, so you're saying that they got rid of it, voted it out, like get the fuck out. Well, that's a high number. Then Oregon is like 55. So we under the we ain't where we supposed to be. Oregon racist as fuck is what basically what.
Yeah, I said we keep that shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. Keep that shit.
See, Irie's one of those that 45 though.
You done? Like, hey man, I don't want them to forget how because they quick to try to rewrite history, bro.
I get his point though, because don't try to dress this shit up as something that it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Let's call this shit what it is.
That's a win. That's a win though. That's a win for the movement.
Yeah, like you tell him you ain't coming out, bro. I'm gonna sit here and do my time.
They ain't gonna placating the motherfucking movement.
Yeah, they gonna send them dudes in there with the hammer on your ass, nigga. You gonna come out all lumped up.
When they tell your ass to go in here and print these motherfucking license plates all fucking day and give you $1, and you tell me what you call yourself at the end of the day.
Right.
What's your name?
Ray.
What's your name? My name Toby.
Tobias, nigga, get your bitch ass out there and work, nigga.
I would tell you your ass is a number, ho. That's it.
My Swiss ID is 105-732-1124.
Vermont, Tennessee, Alabama, and Louisiana. So they all got it up out of there. And so Oregon, they cold out here. Now that you put it in that perspective, though, that's kind of cold, though. Like they 25 off. And, ooh, they cold, nigga, out here in Oregon, man.
Yep.
No, nigga, you a slave still, nigga.
Well, that's no surprise living up here in Oregon.
Yeah, I know. Still a slave ass nigga. Damn. I understand Scooty's perspective though, but I think it goes back to the context under which the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution was written in the first place. Good point. So that's like I said, that's a win for the culture, nigga, the movement. Said this nigga said play cake. Oh man, but yeah, you know, I like I said, I just thought it was, you know, in today's times and how the world is working right now, you know, that's something that's like a no-brainer. But for Oregon, but you are right, Claire, because for Portland to be, or Oregon, but Multnomah County is really Oregon. I mean, and it's so super left. It surprises me that, you know, you didn't have more people on the left. You know what I mean? It's like because you had some people on the left voting the other way on that, or a lot of them motherfuckers though that say they with the program. But like I always say, the liberals treat niggas like pets, but we're not gonna go there. Anyway, moving right along. Spill my beer, you're free. One time for the one time. Oh, and they also said in Oregon, if you don't show up, if you miss 10 unexcused days at the legislature, you can't run again.
I voted for that.
Me too.
Yeah, I did too.
Get your funky ass out of here. Like Don told me the other day, we was talking, she says, like, if any of us didn't show up to work for them many days, nigga, your ass is out. So with that,
no call, no show.
No call. Oh, you're out of here. Tell us all about it, would you? You know what I'm
yeah, okay.
No call, no show. For real like that. Hold on, let me see what I got here though. So I just got this as this little clip though. We'll talk about it though.
You have been dating your girl for however long, 5 years. You take her to Turks and Caicos. Mm-hmm. You open up her phone and you've seen something from 10 years ago. You're calling it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like dead ass.
Yeah.
You've already, Dad, this is what I'm doing. Like this, you're calling it off.
Let me ask you another question then. One more time. Another dream scenario so this all makes sense. Let's say you go to a fortune teller. That man of your dreams, you find out 5 years from now, he's gonna be broke. No ability to provide security for
alcoholic.
You. He's gonna become an alcoholic. Would you stay with him now that you're armed with this information?
No.
Fantastic. Women are interested in a man's future. A man is interested in a woman's past. So that's the difference. We are completely opposite in the way we view the opposite gender, the way we view sex, the way we view relationships. There's a masculine and a feminine. There are things that men can do that women can't, and vice versa.
All right, before we get in there, hold on. I said a lot of the measures and candidate races across the country were relatively close, which to me says we are a country that is more evenly divided than they are. I mean, than they, whoever they is, want us to believe. Oh, no, it's clear. It's a split down the middle. Absolutely. I agree with that. So shout out to Fresh and Fish. That was what the video was from. Just a clip of a dream state or something. I think Terrence sent that video or whatever. So just on that quick topic. So like what he was saying in the video, if you about to get married or something and then you go into the phone and you see something from 10 years ago, are you giving it up? Jax.
Man, look, long as it went with Squadron, we good money. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, now, if it was something that's super crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, now you got stipulations on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, if she was doing the Million Man March, you know what I'm saying? Then we hey, listen, that's something a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
How we rocking, because I mean, it's not necessarily because my whole thing is I ain't gonna never be comfortable.
Right.
Where we at? You know what I'm saying? I know you done had a million dudes jump up and down, no matter where we at. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, yeah, but far as this, you didn't had a pass, or you didn't.
No. I think that what they're implying is we going to the worst. So just think like that, like cucking or gangbang, something like that. Got to be careful with the words on YouTube, I guess, is their tag.
Oh yeah.
No, you fine. I'm just being funny.
You can't get married. You just flip.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo. That's how right there. You sit out there, especially if you invested all your time and shit. You know, wait, that'll be cold blooded though. This nigga Renault went black. There's some things we need to talk about, man. But I'm going to.
I ain't going to say. I mean, like you said, you didn't invest all your time. And I'm not necessarily even say I cancel it, but there's only so far we can go. As you know what I'm saying.
But you're gonna have feelings, and you're gonna be invested, especially because remember what the girl said. She said you've already talked to your dad. You've already talked to the family. Everything's laid out, and then you see the phone, and then it's like,
nigga, I don't give
she got two. She's getting double team, tag team.
Nah, hey, bro.
Oh well, I mean, shit, that ain't the word. I mean, shit, it's a whole bunch of girls that even got GP.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm petty.
But to hear it and to see it, so you see it in the phone, the video. That's where I'm gonna take it.
I mean, shit, I'm of the assumption that it's already happened anyway. So
yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying?
So see it, though, yeah, in your mind you can rationalize that, but when you see it, then what? Because that's a whole different. I think it's a different realm.
Right. She was a hood rat back in her day.
Hey, you seen the Best Man, the movie?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
That's gonna be Jax up there sweating and shit when Morris Chestnut was thinking about the dude smashing.
That's his homeboy. That's
balling his fist and shit.
No, because Jax did say, he did say as long as there wasn't nobody from the squad. That's
but he still can't. Here, bro, you can't unsee that shit, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, if it's gangland,
he was reading the book. That nigga was a read nigga.
He would have smashed you. You know what I'm saying? But for us, you fucked 6 niggas back in the day or whatever.
If I see it, I'm dead.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that, but I think that seeing it, the impact is different. Yeah. I think that the impact is like, I don't know, man. It's like, why do you still have this? Why does she still have the tape though? And then you seeing it, you ain't gonna think that? Like, okay, it happened, right? You've even come to terms with them telling you that that's happened before in their life, right? You okay, whatever. Just like you said, there's plenty of bros who've been to do that, right? So to me, the next thing would be, if you in this situation at this time, why do you still have that?
The same reason me and you got shit from our past. That, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's the reason. Like we go back and watch this shit, but it's our shit.
It's just out there in the ether and throwing a party out there, porn star and it. Nigga named Thon Lexi, bro. Like, no, there's really a dude named that. He's in the manosphere though. It's this nigga named Thon Lexi, and I'm like, fucking Thon Lexi though. I was like, that's a porn star name or something. But he does. He talks about. Let's say Clara says, I already know Scooty ain't playing. He said he ain't going for it. Shit. Oh my goodness.
Trying to get this to my computer.
Oh, do your thing, man. We here.
I'm because I know I was I was a young fool. So I know it's a whole bunch of young women that, you know what I'm saying, that done some less than desirable shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So of the mindset. It's something like that. It's college, all that kind of shit. Yeah, like some shit done cracked off the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on to do some talk about something. Oh shit, where's Dre when you need him? That's a definitely go left if he was on the show today, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. Hold on, so I got this video. This is an old video, but it infuriated me when I seen it. I think it happened last year. So check this out, you guys. Oh, you see that?
Yeah. Listen, the following content was something.
Ah. I don't know how that happened. I just did it anyway. Fuck it. It's a done deal. But this just happened the other day.
What's this in your back pocket? I saw you walking it.
The navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant? Shocking body camera video shows deputies arrest a legally blind man walking back from jury duty with a walking stick.
What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
It happened on October 31st in Columbia County, Florida. Body camera video shows deputies interacting with 61-year-old James Hodges, who was carrying a walking stick in his back pocket. According to the video, responding deputies at first believed it was a gun.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't have
you
to...
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
Video shows Hodges refusing to give out his name, date of birth, or ID card. He then calls for the responding deputy's supervisor.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
The supervising deputy again asks for Hodges' ID, but he refuses.
What'd she stop you for? For a walking stick.
So,
and it could look like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime. Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID. Well, now she has verified that I am not armed, okay? So there is no problem. Do you have your ID or not? I do have my ID, but you don't need it.
After that, Hodges is handcuffed. That's when Hodges confirms that he is legally blind and carries the navigational aid to help him when walking. He also tells deputies he was stopped while walking back from jury duty.
Sir, are you legally blind? Yes, I am. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Not all the time.
After Hodges' ID card is retrieved, the supervising officer orders he be taken into custody for resisting an officer and obstruction.
All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number. You know what? Put him in jail for resisting.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Hodges is then placed in the back of a squad car.
I'm gonna pull this out of my back pocket.
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you too.
The Columbia County Sheriff's Office released a statement saying Sheriff Mark Hunter is, quote, troubled by what he has seen in the video and the matter is being addressed. An administrative investigation into the incident began on November 3rd, when officials say they were made aware of the situation. The statement also reads in part, quote, if policy violations are sustained at the conclusion of that investigation, appropriate action will be taken. Law and Crime Network reached out to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office for additional comment, but were told to refer to the online statement. For the latest developments in this story and all things true crime, stay with Law and Crime Network. I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Investigate what?
Right.
What the fuck does it need to be an investigation for? Clearly, they were being retaliatory and they were mad because he just wasn't doing what the fuck they told him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't under this is clear, cut and dry. Fire them motherfuckers.
No, they getting ready to they had there's another video I seen and it was the chief or whatever, and he was talking about how they violated policy, and when they start doing that shit right off the rip, you already know they finna walk them out the door because that shit was stupid.
I don't want to hear no suspension. I don't want to hear no need to investigate shit.
What'd you say, Ivory?
They need to be sued, man.
No, he's going to sue him. Oh, he's going to sue him.
And the unfortunate thing is, I think that when it's, when it's, from my opinion, I think she went overboard. So I think that if he ends up suing and winning, they need to tag some of her shit. You see what I'm saying?
But maybe the supervisor though. The supervisor was.
But the supervisor was at the dude.
The dude was the supervisor because remember when he had made the comment and he was like, just send him, take him to jail for resisting.
Tag both of them. Both of them.
Yeah.
When he sues, they should tag each one of them officers like 25 racks that come out of their pension or some shit like that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with that. They should be financially responsible for a lot of that shit.
Instead of the general fund, you see what I'm saying, that taxpayers got to pay. They need to fill that shit too. You see what I'm saying? Maybe not 25,000, but maybe like 10. You see what I'm saying? You start racking that shit up. You know what I mean? That's a clear violation, bro.
But it's like it wasn't even called for or necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like Claire says, she said officers are fucking stupid, but she didn't use that word. That's me. This is nothing but their egos. They should have understood it was their bad once he showed them the walking stick. And you know what's cold about that walking stick is that bitch would have got her brains blew out if he had a gun and he could see, you know, or something like that. But she sat there, and so when they talk about process and protocol, she should have secured him first before any of that. If he had a gun, why wouldn't your gun drawn? But then again, I couldn't see what she had. You know what I mean? But, you know.
If you or me would have reached behind our back, I thought they was gonna blast his ass.
I thought the same. Like, man, the way he reached in his back pocket and then reached back in there and put it back in there, I said, "Oh, he a bad motherfucker." Cause
he moved fast though. That's why I'm saying, like, think about
that's
if
why
he
they
would have had a gun.
Your ass because it was so fast that I didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
Yeah, but she was slipping, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
she was really slipping because he could have took off on her easy.
They wouldn't have been slipping with your ass. I bet you that.
No, because they already have a fear of me. You know what I mean? So you know how that goes. Oh my God, he's here. Okay. Breathe in. Okay, we're just gonna pull him over. All right. It's a gun. You know, it's like fucking earpiece or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's plastic. Yeah, but no, they definitely a nigga. I would not have gotten away with that. You know, they was gonna say you're trying to assault him with the stick, all type of shit. But I hope he win though. Because
I did everything he did except for grab that motherfucking stick. I wouldn't have fucked with that stick.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I found that kind of because when he grabbed it, when I first watched it, I said, "What are you doing?" Like,
grabbing it all fast and shit. Like, nah, I'm good,
But
bro.
what it told me is that though that's what she's getting in trouble for. I mean, part of it is gonna be he sat there in front of you and he whipped that stick out in front of you and whipped it back in his pocket. He could have blew your brains all over that goddamn pavement and you wouldn't even known it. That's how fast he pulled that shit out on her.
He did. He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, she was out there slipping, nigga. Like, bitch, tighten up. Fuck you mean? I don't need you protecting me and you out there just slipping because you want to talk shit and just be a bitch to him because you can. You know what I mean? That's what that was. Like, get the fuck out of here. That shit's so corny when police do that shit. Because now you ain't winning.
He was carrying a fucking firearm. Who's to say he wasn't in his legal right?
Well, he's legally blind, so who is he shooting? No, but you're right.
Are they an open carry state there?
I think so. I think so. But
what are we talking about?
No, but you heard what she said though. She said, she says that we have reports that you had a gun or whatever. I want to just make sure that you're carrying it safely. So at that point, I figured that they do have that law though, but you're still reaching, bitch.
So what's safely? What's considered safely to you?
I mean, in a holster for me, but I'm saying like, but that's what they was pressing him on though. That's the bullshit.
But there's nothing when you go get your fucking gun. They don't say you have to have it in a holster. They say that's a safe place for it to be, but that's not where you have to fucking carry it.
Oh, my bad. I got Renaud. He's backstage. Sorry about that, sir.
You might want to carry that motherfucker in your hoodie, in the front pocket of your hoodie. Like that's your business.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know what. I think you have to, but you do have to safely secure that motherfucker if you have it on you, and that's what a holster. You got to have some kind of holster or something like that. But yeah, whatever it was, she shouldn't have been fucking with him. And she made some shit up to fuck with him, at least in my mind. And the supervisor wasn't shit.
The charge itself, taken in jail for so we done went from a gun to your ID now to obstructing. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
And resisting. But he was
because he didn't give him the name.
Yeah, what resisting arrest?
He turned around and let you handcuff him. What did he resist?
And that's why they but that's why they're that's part of the thing with the policy. They didn't follow policy. They didn't handle that. I mean, I'm not even a cop, and I'm sure there's some police out there who can correct me on any of this, but I'm sure that it wasn't the way you handled that. Even the worst cops know that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. Here, go. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't dealing with that. Who wants to write the paperwork for that? If I was a cop and I got into it with a motherfucker like that, no, and I'm mad because he shut me down because I really can't fuck with him. All right, man. All right, man. You got it. You got it. I'll catch you slip on my trip, you bitch ass. But that's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't get it, man. That was some bullshit. So let's check out this Karen. We got a Karen. And this shit infuriated me too. So I want to shift this one. This is an old clip too, though. I've been just going back looking at shit, and this shit just drives me mad. But I have to share it.
No. Do you have my son's phone?
But when I told you, no, you did.
I did not come at you like that.
You did.
No, I did not.
You did.
Wrongfully accused, a black man says tonight he was racially profiled and accused of a crime he did not commit by a woman in the Inland Empire. The woman claims he stole her son's cell phone, which you will see very soon he certainly did not. A part of the confrontation is caught on camera, and tonight KCAL9's Stacey Butler with the story. Stacey.
Susie, that video has now gone viral, and tonight Yashir Bryant told me that he started a GoFundMe site because he plans to sue for defamation of character and slander.
Now you're recording me.
No problem. I have a right to.
Come out here and say, excuse
No,
me.
no.
Do you have my son's phone?
But when I told you, no, you did.
I did not come at you like that.
You did.
A Moreno Valley man says a Walmart shopper wrongly accused him of stealing her son's cell phone, then followed him to the parking lot and refused to let him go to his car until police arrived.
We're staying here until you give me my phone because it marks that you're here.
I don't have a phone.
No.
Ma'am, you're
Nope.
really crazy. You're following me now.
Now I am.
That's good.
Because that phone has
sorry is not
money.
good
Yes.
enough.
Yashir Bryant says he was shopping for curtains when he says he overheard this woman's son tell her he lost his phone.
When she stopped and kept doing this, I felt so uncomfortable, ma'am. I left my basket there. I proceeded to walk out.
But Bryant says she followed him outside, accusing him publicly of stealing her son's phone. He says he tried to get to his car, but she stayed with him. He agreed to stay until the police came. He believes the woman racially profiled him because there was no evidence he stole the phone.
My only reason why I said I'll stay here with her, because I didn't want to leave. Been in the same scenario and I've left and been accused of the one stealing something. So I stayed.
Bryant says he walked back into Walmart with the woman to report the harassment.
She accused me of stealing the phone.
Minutes later, her son walked up with the phone in his hand. He apparently found it in the car. Bryant says he was hoping for an apology, but she responded with an expletive.
For her child to be right there, that would have taught him a lesson. I don't care if she was sincere or not. The bigger lesson would have been for her kid, and I would have praised God that he would be able to see his mother set a good example and for him to learn. The message I want to send to people is do not let this slide. Don't be scared to do what's right.
We tried to reach out to the woman, but we couldn't find her by deadline. We do understand, we have confirmed that she works for Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser put out a statement saying they're actively investigating. That's the very latest from Reno Valley. Back to you guys in the studio.
Stacey, thank you.
Clipper.
That bitch is fucking insane, dude.
Clipper.
Oh man, I hope she lost her job for that one because she looks so.
Man, clip her ass.
For real, that was just like, bitch, what are you doing? She lucky she got that weak ass nigga because I'd have knocked her fucking head off, nigga.
Especially working in a hospital, bitch. That mean you give health care and shit to people that look like him. You raggedy bitch.
Like, I mean, like, what's your fucking problem? And then she looks so goddamn stupid when her son had the phone. He's like, Mom, here's my phone. I told you it was in the car,
and she still wouldn't even.
Yeah. She's sitting up there now. She mad at his motherfucking ass. Like, nah, man, fuck all that. She would have. Yeah, she got to go. I would fire her, but anyway. Yeah, I would
the young
fire
man
her.
was smart. Yeah, I think the young man was smart by staying there and doing it just to show that,
Man,
I know we can't do that. We can't act on impulse.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Now, if it affects me
I'm
negatively,
not one to talk. I'm not one to talk. I know.
okay, so yeah, because like I was saying, if she pulled that shit with me, she would get I mean, I'm gonna be like, bitch, you better get the fuck out of my goddamn face before I knock your goddamn teeth down your throat. I'm not playing with you. Now, you bitch, you better call the motherfucking police, hoe. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to her like that till the police get there. They gonna be mad at me for talking to the bitch like that. Why her son come up with his goddamn phone and you blaming the nigga for stealing your phone, your kid's phone, because you having a bad day because you don't fuck with the dad no more. See, I'm making the story up as it goes, so to get real heated on the bitch. That's what I would do. For real though.
Yeah, that could have got him in. That could have. If the police would have came, who knows what would have happened.
They would have put that nigga in handcuffs first. Here we gonna lock. They're gonna put him in handcuffs. Oh my god, officer, I'm scared. He yelled at me. He raised his voice. Okay, sir, we're calm down. As soon as you start asking questions, calm down. And then they gonna grab your wrist. And they're gonna twist it. And then they gonna put the cuffs on you.
Well, we just for our protection and your protection.
Oh, for real though. Clara said, "Rand's 100% gonna say that to someone." For real though, like I could because that is so not cool. That is so not cool, man. For real, I hate motherfuckers like that. I hate them. I hate them. But that just drove me crazy, so I had to share that with people though. I wonder. I didn't catch her name, or if she had a name in that video, but I would like to. I'm gonna do a follow-up. I'm gonna research and I'm gonna take a look and see what happened to that bitch. See if she got fired. Because she deserves to get fired for that. Yeah, but yeah, they didn't.
The cell phone era ain't no joke, boy.
No, not at all.
You get out of line, boy. That shit got repercussions.
But see, he's sitting there. He want to sit there and be filming and shit, man. I ain't got time for all that. I really need to take care of this, you know, and you're not finna stop me from nothing. You could tell the police whatever you want to, because ultimately she's accusing me of having a phone. And if I know I don't got that fucking phone, I'm leaving. And if you stop me from getting in my goddamn car, I'm going to physically assault you to get into my vehicle to leave. And you're going to catch a kidnapping charge. Y'all want to put me in handcuffs? Y'all want to try to treat them, you know how they do. I'll deal with that, you know, but I'm gonna be leaving that car though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm finna go home. They finna have egg on their face because they dealing with a motherfucker like her. It's just like the one lady who fucking accused the little boy of stealing the phone, her iPhone, but he didn't have a phone. It was I
seen that.
A famous person or some shit like that. She got thrown in jail for that. She went to jail for that. She did like a couple of days. The bitch is like insane, but she went to jail for that. Got charged. Sure did. Sure did. As she should be. Cherry moonshine. Heineken. Anyway. Oh, you drinking? Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
I waited all day. I didn't do nothing. I stayed in the house all day today.
What you drinking? One of them weak ass beer claws?
No.
What happened? What was it that where? What happened? Oh,
the one Claire's talking about was the one that happened in the hotel.
Oh, was it a hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, she said in the hotel. Yeah. And they was leaving or something, but she was crazy though. And she's another one because she was extra aggressive. You know, super emo.
And didn't that phone turn up too?
Yep.
Yeah, she had the phone. The boy like, bitch, my daddy got millions. What do I want with your fucking phone? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just assume because a nigga is black or something, he ain't got no money or he can't buy what you got, bitch. And you're a dirty ass IG model that didn't make it. OnlyFans went down in flames. See, there I go again making up stories. But I'm just saying though, like she went viral for the wrong things. Bitch, put your titties out, get some money, bitch. You out here want to be flashing on niggas about some shit and you ain't even right. Stupid motherfucker. Oh man.
She was one of them stupid bitches that probably was so determined she probably would have stood in front of that nigga's car if he would have started it up.
Right. Yeah, she would have, and then you would get in the charge. You know what I'm saying? Then comes the charge. You know what I'm saying? Like they put you in them fucking situations though, bro. But it's like, you know, two things I mean, I guess sometimes two things could be right at the same time or whatever, but it's like this equality thing, you know, for men, we have to be accountable or we're going to be held accountable. And women, you know, have to be the same fucking way, especially when it comes to this equal opportunity shit. Or we all equal, or we the same motherfucker. And that's where my mind is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to treat a woman like a woman. But if you want to be out here and be on some toxic feminist shit because they want to do this toxic masculinity shit, no, toxic feminine. I work with a lot of women. And let me tell you, there's a whole lot of toxic shit that goes on with them. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to act like this, or you want to fucking come at a motherfucker sideways, you got to be willing to deal with those consequences that come from that. You can't just cry for all you want to be the first one on the boat when the ship going down. We finna flip a coin now. This shit's changing. What we doing? Unless you a woman, you know, I'm you know, I'm gonna look at that differently. But anyway, they get away with that shit, man. They can talk shit to a motherfucking man, talk crazy to him, get into their motherfucking face, disrespect that motherfucker, and then when he reacts, he's the one that's going to be in trouble, and his life is going to be lost. Well, you shouldn't have hit her, or you shouldn't have choked her out, or you shouldn't have did this, this, and that. But the bitch was doing this, and that to you. You know. You know, you put your motherfucking hands on him, and that goes for anybody. You should never hit a woman. No, you should never hit a fucking man. Yeah, I said it. Cancel me, you freak. Anyway, moving right along. I got touched and triggered. Like I got touched and triggered by that. Anyway, man. What else is going on? Because one of my stories got blocked, I guess, and everything else was we kind of blew through it. So I don't really have nothing else though. And we have 1 hour.
No, you said they blocked your story, you said?
Yeah. I just watched the motherfucker, but really the story was this black kid. He was with his grandmother, who was a white woman. They pulled her over and pulled a gun out on him and took him out the car. Now they try to say that a black couple is the one who called it in. So it's like, but they weren't there because they were gone by the time they got there, which is fucking bullshit. But anyway, they said the boy was robbing the white woman because they seen him in the car with his grandmother, who's white, happens to be white. Pull a gun on, pull him out the car, all this type of shit. Hold him in the car for like 6 minutes, and they said, "Oh well, we see it's been a terrible misunderstanding." And you see the officer, he gets out the car. The first thing he do is pull his gun out. This boy is 16 years old. He's with his grandma. This was his grandma. And the officers pull him out the car at gunpoint because a motherfucker just called in and said that there was a black guy, you know, forcing this white woman to drive him. I mean, you can just say that about anybody, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to show up and act out like that. The boy could have lost his life based on some shit he wasn't even prepared for or even, you know, seasoned up for. He just with his grandma. Never mind what color she was. That's you see how that shit works. These other motherfuckers and how they looking at this shit. And the boy, I mean, he's terrified, you know, like, and I'm like, I mean, it you know, it's like it's those stories. I feel like the media needs to follow up. What happened to them? You need to put pressure on these officers. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that motherfuckers should get fired for. I'm sure police officers wouldn't agree with that. You know, we don't know how the job is, and you're absolutely right. But as far as me being a citizen who pays taxes, in my eyes, any fucking cop that does shit like that, that don't have the forethought to see where this shit is, what this is about, you gotta go. You need to be fired. You need to be released from duty. We don't need people like you protected. You know what I'm saying? We need to, you know, I mean, if we gonna fucking praise the police like we should for the jobs that they do, then we expect more from them. And we can't allow motherfucking police officers who are, you know, they have these hangups out here protecting citizens. You know, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know, and the argument that, oh well, you know how cops protect cops, but you man, come on, man. If you want credibility, man, you gotta call it out. You got to erase these type of motherfuckers, man. These fucked up people that treat other people that because they got hangups. That just has to happen. You can say whatever you want to about the shit, but if you don't want these motherfuckers still on your head talking about defund the police and all that shit when we know we need the motherfucking police, then that's where this shit's gonna start changing that. You got to treat people fucking better, and you got to get rid of the people that are fucked up this in the police force. And that's on all levels, because it just don't relate to just cops. It's the higher ups, leadership. Shit travels downhill. So if this shit's allowed to happen, then this is where leadership, needs to be, they need to lose their jobs too. This is your watch. This shit is happening. What were you saying, Renaud?
Oh, I was just wondering about the screening process. Let's say if I wanted to be a police officer, I mean, what type of screening process are they going through?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's an absolute no. So we definitely don't want to protect anybody. But the screening process is a psych evaluation, a physical evaluation.
Yeah.
They do an extensive background check on you. You know what I mean? They ask you, have you done drugs? Have you done this, and third about crimes? You know what I mean? They go deep. They go deep all in, but like the colonoscopy. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how they do it. And then you do a panel interview with like 4 or 5 chiefs or these captains or whatever the fuck. It's like 5 or 6 of these motherfuckers. And you sit in front of them and you have an interview, and then they ask you about some of this shit. And if you lying, you better be ready. And you got to take a polygraph test. Yeah, it's extensive. But
which part did you fail?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh man, listen. I wouldn't have failed none of it. I just know how it goes. I would have been fine. I would have made it through, I think.
Yeah, our friend that went to Benson Pete Simpson is a police officer.
Yeah, he
now, right?
Man, he retired. I think Pete retired.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pete did it all.
He was a good guy, though.
Yeah, he was gang task. He was detective. He was a spokesperson for him. But so that's we supposed to. So that's when we was gonna be police officers. Elijah we would have been with Pete, but then everything went left because of an incident that happened in college. We're not gonna relive that. I think we've talked about it on the Pdxdope live show before, and so what's understood don't need to be discussed. But yeah, that was the end of that dream, that fateful day. You know what I'm saying? At least for me, anyway. Shit. But man,
that's fucking weak. I'm sitting here reading this article. They saying that American Airlines, they said when you get on the plane, if they ain't packed to capacity, you know how it used to be, you can move to a different seat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They said now if you move to a different seat, they trip it.
So they gonna charge you?
Yeah, that's some weak ass shit.
But sometimes they ask you, the stewardess. They might ask because the family might want to sit together, and somehow, some way, the tickets got split, and
Well, I mean,
situations
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure if it's their idea, then it won't be a problem.
But if you saying if it's a short flight, or you said if it's packed,
if it's not packed, say for instance, you get on a flight and there's open seats.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? You can't just get up and like, okay, well, shit, I'm finna go sit over here in this aisle because ain't nobody sitting over here. You can't do that no more.
Is this all airlines?
No,
it says American Airlines. Just it said tell they flight attendants to crack down on passengers that be trying to do it.
That's some dirty dog ass shit. Just cheap, greedy motherfuckers. That if ain't nobody on the plane that's sitting in the fucking seat, what's the problem?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If that motherfucker crash and burn, we ain't gonna figure out who was sitting where. We gonna know by the ticket, but your ass gonna be in the front of the plane, nigga, or outside that motherfucker. What are we talking about here? They just being greedy, bro, and they gonna charge you if you move, probably. Yeah,
absolutely gonna charge your ass
$25 or upcharge it. And it ain't gonna be no 25. That's some bullshit.
They gonna tear your ass up.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine sitting where I'm assigned. I'll sit on my assigned seat. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Because that's some bullshit, man.
I noticed though they was doing that shit at Blazer games and shit this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you lucky motherfuckers even come in the cities, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it be, how like it be middle of the game or something, and motherfuckers sitting up in the nosebleeds. They know, okay, well shit, 200 said ain't packed, so I'm gonna move down here.
Right.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'd have had him see. I done seen him look at motherfuckers. Like, can I see your stuff? Like, are you fucking serious? You don't move your stupid ass out the way. These people sit down.
Right, they ain't coming. Nobody coming to this shit. But I will say, I have to say, in defense of the Portland Trailblazers, they are actually playing pretty good right now. I know it's early in a small sample size, and
I was gonna say that doesn't mean anything.
You know, I know, but I seen a couple of them young guys. They got some motherfucking.
I mean,
athletes.
shit, they look cool. Like I said, I done went to like 3 or 4 of the games.
Oh yeah, they got some athletes, bro. Like I was like looking at them niggas can fly, bro. I was like, ooh. But you know, it's gonna take a minute to see how it develops out. By 20 games, I'll have another assessment on them. But for right now, it looked good early. LeBron, he looks terrible right now, or the Lakers look terrible. I mean, LeBron, he patting stats right now, so you know. And they got there lying, talking about how he was. LeBron is a cap artist, nigga. He needs a cap for that hairline. You freak. Talking about you.
Oh, no cap.
You don't like that unit he got?
I mean, it ain't a good unit. He got too much money to have that. If he got a unit, that shit should look super real. All the money LeBron got and connections and shit. They love LeBron. What you doing out there, nigga, with your shit? It flip forward, nigga, start sweating, got the head. I don't even think he do the headband no more, do he? He retired the headband. Nigga look like a goddamn linebacker playing basketball right now. He look fat and slow. Look like
Who's
a goddamn robot. LeBron. Nigga look like a linebacker. He look all still like a robot. Just his moves be working, but I'm just saying he just don't. It don't look fresh no more. You know, it was smooth, nigga. Like in 2010, nigga, that shit was smooth, nigga. He was going through it, rocking on niggas. But now, that shit, nigga, we looking at it. I'll be like, oh man, this nigga 20 years in, bro. You staying 1 year too long, brother. Just go ahead and fall back, let this shit burn, bro. You don't need to play with Bronny because they're gonna be making jokes about you and everything because you're not gonna be flying like this, bro. It's gonna fall. You
Shit, I mean, I think in year 20, ain't who else, you know what I'm saying, playing 35 minutes a game and, you know what I'm saying, starting and being an integral piece of the team. The Lakers, they just fucking weak.
Yeah, whatever. However you want to make that, you dress that up nicely, and I'll go with that. But I'm gonna just tell you like this: you know, when you get into year 20, nigga, at one moment you fall off the cliff, and then you can never get it back.
That's all right. He gonna go home and lay on his billions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he already. Yeah, man, that nigga. Yeah, he gonna be good, man. He ain't gonna say nothing wrong. He ain't gonna get canceled, nigga. He too.
What you think about him trying to double
walk it back?
He did that whole shit.
No, because his friends told him. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna say that. His friends told him, like, nigga, if you're gonna answer the question, nigga, you didn't have to do all that the first time. That shit, because there's people that actually fucking supports Kyrie Irving. There's people that actually know that Kyrie Irving didn't say nothing. He just posted a goddamn movie. And most of these people that's making a fucking comment about Kyrie Irving ain't even seen the fucking movie. They ain't read the book. You see what I'm saying? But they said what you did was hurtful. What did I do was hurtful was share a fucking book. So you're saying that the book is hurtful, a book that I didn't write, a movie I didn't produce. And quite frankly, if you watch it, I don't see where this anti-Semitic shit comes from. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the fact that they kind of pointing out that y'all ain't really it, and people that look like us is, and that's what they're calling anti-Semitic, or they're saying that they're Holocaust deniers or some type of shit like that. Ain't nobody said that, but they're just, Kyrie didn't say anything. He just posted this shit. Shannon Sharp, he doubling back too.
Yeah,
because LeBron did. So now his boy toy, he following LeBron's footsteps, and so now he want to act like, no, nigga, you was on fucking Colin Kaepernick's dick, nigga, for 2 years, nigga, about him taking the knee and how, you know what I'm saying? Why you didn't tell that nigga to be sorry, to be contrite? You know what I'm saying? For real shit. You didn't say nothing to him. Nothing about that. You was out there riding this motherfucker's dick the whole time, and he still ain't in the league. Nigga ain't seen a fucking football field. Went out to a goddamn high school with a afro. He talked about Black Lives Matter and became this superstar and shit like that, and didn't step out and say nothing to the people that supported him. But that's your king. Fuck out of here, nigga. Shannon Sharp is a sucker. He's a sucker.
Yes,
Shaq is a sucker.
Come back now and
Shaq's a sucker. Yeah, they trying to walk it back because you know what I'm saying. They hopped on the dick. Oh yeah, this is anti-Semitic. No, it's not. No, it's not. I seen the movie. It wasn't anti-Semitic. It might have been offensive to them. I don't even see how, but it's just talking about some historical facts or alleged historical facts. You know, I'm not an archaeologist. They just was making some claims on there. They was talking about how niggas is Jews, how they migrated and stuff like that. We know Jesus wasn't no white motherfucker. So what we talking about? He post. I can't fuck with Shannon Sharp no more. He's a sucker, bro. He can't walk it back. He can't walk that back. If I'm Kyrie, I'm like, nigga, fuck you. And you too, LeBron. LeBron trying to be apologetic because he think he can get Kyrie over there to help him out, but you can't help the Lakers, bro. The Lakers suck monkey balls, bro. You ain't got monkey balls.
You know how I feel about niggas piling on when they don't need to.
Yeah,
that shit disgusts me.
Yep. And he was piling on Shannon Sharp, and you know it was funny because Skip Bayless kind of backed off and didn't really say nothing. He let Shannon do all the talking, and they was lighting that nigga's ass up on Twitter too. Though that shit was hilarious, calling him out on this shit, calling Shaq out on this shit. Well, Shaq, you know, you call him an idiot, but they played their movie in your movie theater. And telling people to go see it. I mean, the movie wasn't even all that. To be honest with you, it was cool, but it was long and confusing. You know, a lot of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so we was from, you know, you trying to put it. You got to watch it a few times to really kind of conceptualize a lot of that shit and get the book, you know, and all that. But it's interesting. I will say that there's a lot of interesting information in there though, but it didn't warrant the type of backlash that Kyrie got. I don't agree with that at all. At all.
It's gonna show stay in line or they gonna spank your ass into submission. You see Nike done pulled the plug on him and everything.
Oh, Nike really ain't. Nike is they got fucking slaves making shoes, nigga, for 15 cents. So I mean, and these motherfuckers, and they work. I mean, with China. That's why LeBron's a bitch because he talk about black human rights and the shit that niggas go through. But you got the Uyghurs over there, and you got a population of people who's getting persecuted just because they Muslims. But you got money over there, so you won't speak up against the human rights violations that's going on in China. But you always got something to say here in America. But you get money over there. If you wasn't over there getting money, then I understand. But you in line, you know what I'm saying? You know who you pray to, who your God is. You know, China. LaChina James. That's his name. Yeah. LaChina James. Bourgeois.
Yeah, what's crazy is the same motherfuckers that he caping for was gonna get rid of his ass at the beginning over a fucking car, over a truck.
Oh, that he got when he was in high school?
Yeah.
I mean, was it about high school rules?
His mom had got a truck or some shit, and they was on that ass.
Yeah, the NCAA ain't shit, and none of them high school organizations is talking about they're protecting the sanctity of amateur sports. They're all full of shit. Money is always exchanging hands. I don't give a fuck who the kid is. You know, and they wanted to try to scrutinize him, but he told the line though. He understood the message. He understood the assignment. He told the line, and now look at him now. They even said this nigga was better than Kobe.
That's the message. Told the line, or we gonna spank your ass.
Yeah. We'll even say you're better than Kobe. That's what happened. We'll even say you're better than Kobe. How the fuck are you gonna come in? You just gonna jump Kobe, and then you to go battling Michael Jordan? Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck what any of you goddamn LeBron James fans say. That ain't even it. You know, never mind Kobe. We might arguably have a couple other players we can talk about too, but we would just put him in there just because that's what they want to do. But he told the line, he signed a contract with the motherfucking devil, and nigga, you second to Michael Jordan. You get to jump Kobe. That's what's the deal, nigga. But you can't say shit about China, or your ass is out. Now I need you to go out here and check that nigga Kyrie though, because he out of pocket putting that shit up. So go check that nigga Kyrie And then he getting up there talking about, I'm against hurting people and putting up things like that, and he's wrong for what he did. Like, what is he really wrong for? He's deemed wrong for putting up a post. Like he was trolling everybody. Or was he trolling?
These motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. But I gotta fuck with him. I mean, it's the same thing like with Kanye, but Kanye, he go a little bit too hard in the paint. He be doing some extra shit and be like, man, you make it difficult, bro. You make it a little bit difficult to defend you, man. I try, nigga, but then I'm compromising my own integrity when I defend your motherfucking ass. When you talk about, Hitler or some goddamn shit and you make this shit, I'm like, man, come on, man, what are you doing that for, bro? Anyway. But God bless him though, because I'm going to defend him the same way as I would Kyrie Irving though too. Just say especially when it comes to that community. Hence knowing that I edited out the word.
Hey, did you hear where he said that they sacrificed his mom?
Oh,
Kanye.
Yeah, all the Illuminati shit. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. His mom, Donda. I don't believe any of that. I just feel like people die all the time, and when you're a movie star, it's magnified, and people see that, But it does get weird when it comes to stars. They die in threes. When you hear one motherfucker dying and two other motherfucking stars that you grew up watching or whatever is dead too. So that's always been kind of weird how that works. Yeah.
Ray, are you watching the fight tomorrow?
Oh yeah, the UFC fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Adesanya.
Yeah. I can't even say his name, but yeah, that dude. Hopefully, it should be a pretty good card. It looks pretty stacked.
There's nobody out there that can beat Adesanya, is there? That's that brother, right?
Yeah, the dude he fighting beat him twice, right? Or am I wrong? But Jackson know better than me. I don't follow him or whatever, but I think he lost to this dude. Somebody can correct me on that too, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I know I think my dad was telling me that today, so he might be right on that. Yeah, because boxing has turned into a whole shit show. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, that fight's not happening.
Why?
Why? Because Bud is fighting David Anesthesia, or something like that, with BLK Prime. So he had been basically simultaneously negotiating with two companies, with the PBC, which Errol Spence that's his people, and he's doing that. And then when the fight happened, he pulled that out his ass. But then he agreed to all the terms on the contract. But then he would, it's some funny shit. I think he's just scared of the nigga because he know he's finna get washed. Straight sucker shit and some hoe shit. If you can whoop this nigga's ass, then why you said you agreed to the lesser money and all this shit and all, you agreed to all of that, but then you're not gonna, now you need a fight, now you nervous or you don't want to. I mean, like he's a whole sucker to me. I'm like, your record, like, I don't know, man. I just think, and I could be totally wrong, but I think he's just a little bit overrated, bro. I didn't really check for that nigga until he moved into 147. And then he pulled this punk shit, like, nigga, what is you doing? Oh, it's Al Heyman, and everybody blames Al Heyman. That's like the easy excuse. And so they could say that, and most people don't know shit about how boxing is even the shows are put together. And then so they've been, he been getting the brunt of this shit. And so now he took this fight, and then he said he was negotiating with another group. But it's like, so which one is it, bro? You gonna go fight a number 9 contender, bro, for $10 million, allegedly. This has never been confirmed, but allegedly for $10 million guaranteed, instead of fighting Errol Spence, where you can make upwards to $40 million. Makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. So, you know, he kind of backdoored the nigga. At least that's the way I look at it. And he don't, you know, I'm not fighting David. I'm not fighting nobody. If you supposed to be the pound for pound best motherfucker in boxing, but you gonna go fight this motherfucker. You ain't been fighting no tough. Let's keep it a buck. Nigga, you ain't been fighting no goddamn body in the first place. But the has-beens, nigga, or niggas on their way. I mean, come on, man. Man, they act like, man, he's not, man. Fuck out of here. If you was that badass nigga, then we'll be having this fight. I want to see you knock this nigga Errol Spence out. I want to see if you that bad, nigga. Because I ain't seen it and can't see it, nigga. But yeah, so that fight ain't happening. So he's gonna fight him, and then Errol Spence is gonna end up fighting Keith Thurman. That should be a solid fight.
But, these motherfuckers is dirty. I'm sitting here reading, do some of the Kanye shit. The Adidas, they finna still use all his designs.
Yeah, yeah.
But just remove his name.
Yeah.
Wow. They still gotta pay him.
They gotta give him shit.
Yeah, I wonder how that works, but that's cold.
Probably in an initial contract, kind of just like your music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So what you wrote it's your blood, so we own that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And we remove your name, so we're not selling your likeness no more because your name ain't attached to it.
But isn't it a shoe that he designed or with him?
All his designs.
So, but that's his intellectual property or artistic property, though, right? You know, that's I see some court, but who wants to buy the fake Yeezys? If people know what's happening right now.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't see it being that popular anymore without his name attached to it.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, he don't have nothing to do with this because it's certified fucking rape and fuckery. So to me, I don't want no Nike shoes that look like I don't care for the Kanye's or the Ye's or whatever, the Yeezys. But if I did, I want his stamp on them. If I get a product to his, you know what I mean. And if it just has Nike on there, I'm just like, they look like the Yeezys, but it's just not the same. Fuck out of here, nigga. Them is knockoffs at this point.
So
why even make
like me going to Walmart and getting the same kind of shoe?
Yeah, that pleather.
Yeah,
you get that pleather, that fake leather, that extra white, nigga. The scuff getting them motherfuckers is staying forever. They hard, that hard leather, nigga. Shit hard, nigga. Oh, pro wings,
like
nigga.
White, bro.
Huh?
So I feel like Charleston White. These niggas disgust me, bro. I'm sitting here looking at this fucking thing, the Takeoff funeral or whatever. They said it was thousands of motherfuckers out there in the rain. Like, that shit's just weird to me. I mean, maybe it's just me. Right. But I'm guaranteeing you, out of them thousands of motherfuckers, it's 75% of them probably ain't never heard. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Can't tell you a Takeoff verse.
Right.
Like that shit's. I don't like when people treat funerals as like an event. That shit's weird to me.
It happens. It happens locally. You know,
like with the with the Nipsey shit, motherfuckers was actually. I know motherfuckers here that traveled down there.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Who is that about Nipsey? There's somebody from here
like
that I seen on Facebook did a whole Nipsey. No, they did a whole Nipsey birthday cake, nigga, for the nigga and everything. This girl, this on my page.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's insanity. I was like, bitch, you ain't spent money on a Nipsey hustle cake, bitch. Like, it's that serious. Like, that's her crippin' and strong, nigga. I had to give it to her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's niggas like what he saying. These idol worshipers, like that shit. I don't. That shit's crazy. It's nothing to be inspired by somebody or even, you know what I'm saying. I can't say that you can't be touched if someone passed or whatever, but it's just the extent that motherfuckers go to. Yeah. But I know damn well it's some of your cousins and shit funeral you didn't go to because it was raining outside and it was right up the street. You know what I'm saying? And you could have sat on the first pew. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is literally standing outside in the rain just to say they was there.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a sickness, bro.
I'd have to agree with that. That's morbid, kind of, you know. But for old niggas like myself, there's all. I mean, well, I know the people we talk about. People they don't know nothing about the dude, but they just decided it was there. But even like, you might not even been friends with a motherfucker in high school or some shit, but you at that funeral. Like that nigga didn't even like you. Why are you there?
But they was popular, so it's gonna be cracking. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like,
no, they extra cry.
And y'all step out like y'all have to, like, these motherfuckers look like they going to the club. Like, I don't. It's weird to me, bro. And if I was somebody's real family, I would feel so fucking disrespected.
Especially if you knew what the relationship was really about too.
Yeah,
that shit would be wild. Oh, here's a video that you didn't get to see this. We watched it backstage. It was about the single parents. Did you see that? The single kids, and you didn't see that. Yeah, I think we were backstage when we played it, or did we play it at the end of the show last week? I don't remember.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, you did.
Oh God,
this nigga, I left you on the screen for a minute, nigga. It was just I did a soloed out the whole screen, nigga, and you was just sitting in there like this. In the middle of the screen, nigga. I was like, this nigga out. We sitting back talking shit. I think I was extra tired. I was like, but I'm going to bed. I just left the computer on, nigga, and your face was just sitting there, nigga. The whole time you was still. I was like, this nigga better not do nothing crazy because I'm gonna catch it all, nigga. Like, I see it, I pause. And it's all right. Shit. Oh man, that sounded terrible, my nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah, I had an edible that day.
Yeah, I see.
I wish the motherfuckers did something for me like that.
What you mean?
This shit just don't work, bro.
What you mean? What you about?
He's somebody, he had an edible, that's why he nodded out like that.
Oh, you said it don't work. Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, no, it's real right now. I'm telling you, this moonshine, bro. That shit make me nice and sleepy.
Glad edible and a couple of beverages.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been drinking these motherfuckers. These is 1,000 milligrams a piece. Like,
right?
You can't get no. Listen, man. You have to fix. Bro. You got, man. You better go see a specialist, nigga, a sleep specialist or some shit, nigga.
I got my machine right there.
He has one too. What I'm saying is that, but it's like he got his situation is different, nigga. He can't. This nigga say he might doze off for a hot second. That's like, nigga, that's good sleep for him, nigga. He up and at him, boom, wide awake. I'm talking about for real, bro. Ready to rock, nigga. Nigga put in a couple, put 20 minutes in and conversate, whoop. Next thing you know, he back out for another couple of minutes, nigga. Like straight. That's how Jax do it. When he over here, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, that's like I steal my sleep. Like, nigga, I just can catch you when I'm catching.
Nigga, listen, this nigga came over one day, nigga. We sitting on the couch, nigga, chilling. And so I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the nigga. I'm just going on a tangent, nigga. I look over this nigga now. He did one of your moves. I'm like, I'm talking to my motherfucking self. This nigga over here, nigga out, and then he'll kind of catch what I'm saying, like, or respond later after I've been talking all the time. Then he'll say something. I'm like, oh, nigga, I thought he was asleep, nigga. Like, he throwing me off of me. I'm out, nigga. Like, when I'm out, I'm out, nigga. I'm not rejoining the party or nothing, nigga. I'm waiting for you to go home. Whoever's there, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna be trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't care if you sleep on the couch or whatever, but nigga, I'm telling you, nigga, as soon as I'm ready to go, I'm done. You know what I mean?
I saw you passing out yesterday. I'm like, oh, let me get out of here.
Yeah, man, that moonshine, bro. I started, man. I was watching O'Shea Duke Jackson. And next thing, remember, so my car got somebody blocked my driveway again. I think this is like the 6th or 7th time it's happened in the 11 years I've been here. No, when you came over, you remember? And I didn't get super fiery mad. I did at first when I pulled up. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I laid on my horn real loud, and I just sat there and I was like, "Fuck, man." So then I parked my car on the street. I called the peoples. They came and put the ticket on the joint. That's when Renal showed up. We go in the house, we chilling. And then this nigga Ronaldo was like, "Oh man, there's a truck out there." And I looked. I said, "Oh, they came within about an hour. Nigga, they came and ticketed that motherfucker and drove that bitch up out of here." I was just then I was tickled. So I was like, "That's right, god damn it! You gonna stop parking in motherfuckers' driveways, you freak."
I just don't get that, especially if you don't know the motherfuckers.
Nah, definitely don't. Oh, Corey laughing at that because that's real. Yeah. I didn't go off cutting this time. I kept it cool, but I was laughing when they got him though. I was tickled as fuck, man. Like, yeah, get your bitch ass out of here, you freak. Straight like that. Well, what happened? You need to put some mac and sauce on, nigga, or a shower hole. What's you doing over there? It's smelling so. Renal, I'm talking to you, you freak. Yeah, you.
I was yawning, man. I was yawning.
Oh, I thought you should. Oh,
well, I was yawning. I'm just polite.
This nigga said I'm just polite. What that mean? You didn't get no points for that, you freak. Yeah.
You know, I cough in my elbow. I say excuse you when I fart.
Yeah, well, like you did last night when you farted outside and that girl walked up behind you. You forgot about that, right?
I said, ooh, you're gonna smell something.
She walked right up on you, dude, right when you let that go, bro. Like, that was so terrible. I was like, that is so awful. I was like, this white woman, and then she happened to be going to the man. I was like, oh, I know she was just like, this motherfucker's terrible. I hope she didn't think it was me. I hope she didn't think it was me.
She knew it was me.
And I hope so. I was feeling some kind of way, like.
I think I kind of even mentioned it. I'm like, oh, you're gonna smell something in a minute.
Oh, we talked about the topics we talked about today, Corey. We talked about the measures in the state, the gun laws, the slavery thing in the Constitution, and as well as healthcare. We talked about some Karens and some other stuff. That was pretty much it today. Didn't have too much on the docket, but I will be back with some more topics next week. Or maybe I think I'm gonna go live on Sunday, but I don't know if y'all. I know y'all be busy and shit, but I gotta start going a little bit more live, more consistently. I think. Yeah, I gotta do a little more consistent. Talk a little bit more sports. Yeah. Please do. I mean, preferably like 5-minute top stories. So, if that could be anywhere from 2 minutes, like kind of like those clips, those are easier to really to work with. But, like a lot of times I get stories sent to me and they're like, longer stories. And so it's like, I'm going to take up all this memory, and then I have to go in and do all this editing and shit like that. And I mean, I really don't got the time to do. I mean, when I do that, it's like, it just takes a lot of time. So,
So like a couple minutes tops.
Yeah. Preferably, but if it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes, I can do that. Yeah. But I mean, you can condense it down. Right. That's why I want them short. To the point. Get it to the point, and then that'd be cool. And be like, all right, we got it.
Scooty, they got the mayor proposing a $27 million down payment for a homeless camping sites.
Yeah, I'm all for it, bro. Just add it to the list of taxes you want to take from me.
Yeah, Oregon is played, bro. It's burnt out. The city's burnt out, fam.
Yup.
The city's burnt out, bro. I never thought I'd see the day where I felt like this about this town in this state, but I think I'm there now. But it's just burnt. It's cooked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just ugly. It's awful. But until then, I'll continue to try to look and find my property I want to invest in, but I have to get out of the Pacific Northwest because it is way too ridiculous out here. Way too much. the hunting, like the trees, the coast and all that. That's the best parts of this place, and I don't even go visit it enough. I ain't been to the coast in like 2 fucking years, I think. Yeah, about 2 years. It's a damn shame. Damn shame.
I want to say
why not, brother?
Because last time I went,
I don't know. I just haven't just went, but I need to.
They said nigga Wakanda forever might nigga be a $1 billion movie.
Probably. I agree with that. I think that'll happen.
Billy though, nigga, like that's hard.
Everybody watching that shit, man. All the black people they gonna go watch that. I'll watch it.
Not all of them.
I know.
No, I'm gonna watch it right here on my TV.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna pull it. I ain't finna
that shit gonna look nasty.
Nah, nigga, it's gonna look clear as fuck.
I'm gonna find one. One's gonna be, it's gonna be a good one up there. It's gonna be a good one.
That shit finna be. Oh, I'm gonna wait for a week.
Right on my phone.
I'm gonna wait. I ain't rushing.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you wait a minute, you have to wait. But like,
I'm betting that I'm gonna find out a good copy tonight.
I still haven't even watched the second episode of Power.
Oh, you didn't? What you mean, Kane or what? I thought MFB or is next. BMF or do I say MFB?
I want to see Tariq and Mary J, bro. That's man. Mary J done acted her motherfucking ass off, bro.
That shit kind of soap opera-ish.
I like Raising Kanan myself. I like that one better.
You like that one?
Yeah.
I like that one better. I didn't like this season, really. there was a couple episodes.
I don't think they bringing that Force bullshit back.
The what?
They're gonna have to. Tommy.
That Force shit.
Yeah, that really didn't do it for me. I watched it, but it just seemed typical. It's like they weren't really imaginative with his movement. It was still the same words, the plug, distro, everything was just, I know that's how they got down, but it's like how they killed the one girl in there. It wasn't imaginative, man. The stories were typical, typical dope fiend, dope movie tropes. But maybe they do better the next time if they come back. But I think they took Ghost off, and that kind of I don't know. I like Kane Raising Kanan's mom. He said that's the weakest one with Mary J.
Oh,
He said, the weakest one to me is Force. That's Corey. That Force is the weakest one to me, man. I like Mary J and them. But I hear what Corey's saying because they got that shit in there, man, with the dude, man, and the basketball dude, man, and they always doing that. You know what I mean? With these shows, bro. And it's gonna be cool.
Hard on there with that bullshit.
They going hard with that, bro. Like,
why is that though? I just don't get it.
You know why? It's to demasculate or emasculate black men. They only gonna, man, they don't want no aggressive, toxic masculinity, masculine man. They wanna cancel you. If that's who you are, you gonna be soft, it's some wet pussy, or you gonna be a preacher or some shit, nigga. That's the only ones they gonna pay attention to.
Nigga. So you gonna be some wop.
Yeah, that wop, that wet, nigga.
That was a good one.
Damn it.
Man, for real, that wet, nigga. But for real, it's, I don't know, but no, I'm telling you, Raising Kanan is gonna be their third season. That's gonna be Bird. Marvin is tight. I love that character.
Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin. I like the girl.
Jukebox or the mom?
No, I'm talking about for Jukebox. No, the mom. It's just sometimes with her. I don't like how she talk. You know, but she's beautiful to me. But her voice and how she talks and that shit is just corny to me. You know, they making her all niggified, you know, talking like a nigga. So, you know, you got this pretty woman and she talking like that, and that's not attractive to me. But that's kind of where my hang up is with her. With Marvin, and I like Kanan, the kid. I think he's great at that part, you know, and how he's really kind of in his acting, how he's mastered 50 Cent's mannerisms and stuff like that. And I seen that in the first season, how he kind of picked up on that, like in the third episode or whatever, third or fourth episode of the first season. But the storyline was kind of corny because that goddamn cop, the girl, the lesbian girl, she's what is, you know, she's annoying. You know, her whole thing is she's trying, you know, she's getting on my nerves, bro. Like, what are you? I mean, it's kind of like her. I mean, like you trying to figure some shit out, bitch. Like, I mean, I get it, but you doing too much. And it's corny and it's a typical trope. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen this. How many cop movies you didn't see where, you know, your partner and you secretly investigating your partner because you think they're up to something? We've seen that movie before. And it's and that's where I feel like they, in this second season, they weren't really creative to me anyway. You know, for real. But yeah, like I said, I like Marvin. Jukebox is all right, but she's kind of extra too. But I seen her in the interview on the dude that played Tariq and the white dude. They got a podcast, and they had her on there. She's gorgeous, bro. Whew. That young lady is fucking beautiful. The girl that played Jukebox. I'm talking about her regular self. You know, her outside of the acting. She's extra girly. You know, they got her acting like, you know, butchy and shit and that, but and it was just to see her in her feminine energy. I'm like, man, she's beautiful. Way pretty. You know, like when you see her, you be like, dang, you know, like, yeah. In the movie, she don't have makeup on and all that kind of stuff, or the show, you know, so it's a little different. But you know, but she's a really good looking young lady though. But her character, not so much. But I understand the importance. And who else I like on that show? Oh, I like the other brother, the music brother. Yeah. But they kind of got him a sucker because they had him crying in the last thing, bro. I was like, oh man, you shedding it? You crying?
Gangsters got feelings too, nigga. Shit.
Hold on, man.
Because he want to fuck Rock up. You know what I'm saying? She talked to him like he was a hoe.
Man, he accept that from his big sister. But she did talk to him like a hoe.
Because I mean, he accepted it because it was either that or you know, you see us get down on there when he flipped, nigga, he flipped. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
he's like, this is mine. I own you.
Fight like, you know what I'm saying? Because he want to fly her motherfucking head.
Yeah, man. And that's Tookie's nephew, right? I think I read a couple of things that's a Tookie, the ones that got executed in California. That's his nephew. Mm-hmm. He looked just like the nigga too. They put the side by side pictures up above him. He was just like him. No. Yeah. I'm not sure whose sibling it was though, but yeah, but I kind of like his character, but I don't like how they got him. They got him out here weak. You know, they got him out here like a sucker type. You know what I'm saying? Like, he harder than that. You know, I want to like his character though, but he's soft on the bitch and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, come on, man. Every time you catch him in the studio, he fucking. You know, it was the one bitch that hit him over. It was Famous's sister, and then she dipped out on him, and she was fucking the Albie Shore son.
But he kept a player. He was like, I don't give a fuck about that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, move around. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga cared. He couldn't wait to choke that nigga out when he did.
That's because old boy was playing when he tried to talk. He let that ride though. Like, nigga, I wasn't tripping because he been knowing he was fucking the bitch. Like, nigga, I wasn't tripping. Right. Off you fucking this bitch. I've been knowing that. You know what I'm saying? But about this other shit, and it's different when certain niggas play with you. Like, and I know you a hoe,
right?
And you play it with me, like, that make it even worse. Like, I'll fuck you up, bro.
Like when he punked him when he had the gun, right? So when he had the pistol, and he thought he was like, "What you gonna do with that?" He told that nigga. Yeah, no, but but yeah, I like him, but I just feel like, it's just one of those things, man. The biggest thing is just like, I like Joey Badass is his name?
Yeah.
I like him. He's tight. And he's a cold ass rapper too, though. I seen him do this thing, and I didn't realize how talented he was. But that cat he's nice. And he's a hell of an actor on that show though, so he's solid. Those are my ones though. Like I said, Kanan, him. Oh, and Omar Epps is doing a good job in this shit too. We'll say that.
Man, they need to bring that Wu-Tang show back.
That shit still happening?
It was supposed to be coming back. I don't know. You know how that shit
I heard
go.
that was supposed to be going on tour, right? But Meth wasn't going. He ain't with it. Well, I think he's probably got other obligations because he is in the with Tariq and them on that one show.
But man, they don't need him if they had motherfuckers playing them.
Playing who?
Right.
Playing Wu-Tang.
No. I'm talking about the tour.
I ain't talking about the tour. I'm talking about the show.
No, I know. No. I'm talking about I switched it up. I was talking about because they were talking about going on tour. I think at one point, and I seen a situation where he was saying he wouldn't.
That shit don't make sense for him.
Yeah, he's
and they ain't like money. They, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they got a cult following, but they not gonna be packing out no fucking venues or nothing like that.
No, they doing small. They doing Roseland style.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so he like, yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, you guys split that shit up with 8 niggas. Like, I'm cool.
Nigga get like $150. Fuck out of here, nigga. Touring, nigga. This nigga getting $150, nigga. What you talking about? He the most popular one. Yeah, he could be like, nigga, I'm the A side, nigga. I need. If we getting paid 10,000, nigga, I need 7. Y'all niggas figure it out.
he the most popular one to the masses, but to the motherfuckers that actually gonna go to concerts,
right.
Ghostface gonna be the one that bring.
I can't throw him, but yeah, Ghostface is the dude. He's the dude. I like him. Raekwon, I didn't really. He was wild. He's a wild rap nigga. He had bars though, but he was a little bit too much for me.
Well, the best rapper is Inspector Deck.
Yeah, he was all technical and shit. Yeah, he wasn't. I could vibe with that. He wasn't necessarily marketable, but he had crazy lyrics though. He was all mathematical and shit. But I wasn't a big Wu-Tang fan. I like some of that shit, that commercial shit. I did fuck with, but I was more like a Method Man fan, and I fucked with him when he was with Redman. I really like that whole situation with those two. That was really, because I got a chance to open up for them. So that was, I like they showed, it was dope how they got down together. It was dope. Yeah, the Wu-Tang thing, it was just too many niggas to follow. So it's like a TV series trying to figure out all the characters and shit. And I didn't necessarily like all them niggas. Like I said, I liked Meth and Ghost.
Them was my niggas, son.
It was the only two. I mean, because they had solo albums that I had bought. You know what I mean? So I was like, but I mean, Method Man solo albums wasn't all that though. I ain't gonna say that. He was better, like I said, when he was with Red. His solo shit was all right. He could rap, but it just didn't come off right for him as a solo artist. I don't think. That's just me.
Yeah, nah. Method Man, he just had the females and shit.
Yeah. Because of the Mary J song. You're all.
I mean, he got him nailed. They still want to fuck Meth.
Yeah, he doing this thing, man. He was playing the lawyer and shit. He out here playing in movies, nigga. He switching it up, man. Fuck that rap shit, nigga.
I'm doing something different.
Yep, he's nigga been lifting like a motherfucker, man. Like, man, fuck out of here, man. Fuck you, motherfuckers, man. Y'all go ahead and get that rap money, yo. I'm finna go over here and get this movie money, my nigga. Like, you know how he talk. He's definitely on a different plight in his life. It's just like 50 though. He probably had a conversation with Feast. Like, I see what 50 Cent doing. I'm doing that. I'm finna get my paper. I'm going over there. I'm doing that. You niggas can keep on rapping, dude. I'll do a couple appearances here and there, nigga, but I ain't finna be doing on tour, nigga, with you niggas. getting in fights, arguing with
That shit don't make no
niggas.
sense unless you packing out arenas.
Yeah, but in order to do that, you have to have some other people on your ticket too.
Exactly, that's my point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then that's
Have
gonna
to be
make
like
them.
a, you know what I'm saying, like a part of a big tour, like with some big hitters. But them niggas, like you said, they doing Roseland theaters and Hawthorne theaters, shit like that. Like that ain't finna cut it.
Yeah, nah. Well, shit. It's been nice with you fellas. Thank you guys for joining the Pdxdope Live podcast. We'll catch you next week. Maybe we'll catch you sooner, but thank you all for joining us. It's been a good one. And we are, let me get it queued up first before I start talking my shit. Where we at? And we are out.
Right here, I ain't going nowhere. Got something to dance to for players and squares. Drugs and booze we share. The smell of weed smoke and sex in the air. Come and play with me if you dare. It's hotter than Hell's Kitchen, women everywhere. We living it up until the clock stop. Rockin' hip hop, go hard to the last shot. Or my body drop, playing it in the box.
Alright, let me get something clear up top. We're not here for approval. We're not here to be liked.
I'm insane. Here you go.